Surely this would send it screaming into the underworld. Okay. Alright, these guys are getting oh! And another one!
Another one.
Alright, DJ Khaled, you better get out of here. I thought to myself, how strange her wounds look. Ooh! You know what? You freaking know what? What is going on, Strongest? It's your boy, MrStrongBro, and welcome to Midnight Evil. This game has been going around recently on the YouTube, and of course, me being, well, a fellow YouTuber, I've had to restrain myself from watching other YouTubers play it, but it seems to be getting really popular. And I heard that your microphone has a humongous key to it, where you can use your voice to actually play the game. Now, I'm not totally sure what that means, but for a very long time, I've been looking for a horror game, specifically for gaming YouTubers, to where if you say something at the wrong time, your boat's gonna get jump scared. Your butt's gonna get jump scared, brother. Okay, real quick, gotta interrupt the intro. Yeah, I'm kind of having to redo the intro again because the beginning intro, I had a lot of errors going on there. I already played the game. I know what it's all about, but I'm just pretending to do the intro even though I've already done the ending. Yeah, let's leave it at that. All right, now we play. There we go. As we enter this alarm clock, as the clock approached midnight. William Crinkle was fast asleep. It's going as I'm saying. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce this. The one ugly dude. That's all I'm gonna say. Tonight was different though. He woke to a strange sound coming from the attic. Okay, these images look pretty disturbing, that's all I'm gonna say. But I think it's really cool, like, it's continuing. Like, instead of pressing continue, it's going until I finish the sentence. That's freaking awesome. As he climbed the stairs, he felt something. Turn this sucker up. He had never seen this chest before. Hold on, I'm gonna see if this actually... Alright, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, I'm gonna just talk to y'all. Nathan Sanders presents Midnight Evil. Oh, snap. Resident Evil. Okay, sorry, I kind of got thrown off track there. That's just what it reminded me of, okay? Oh, we're playing. Oh, wow, this don't look half bad. Gotta change the dang graphics already, yo. Wait a minute, I can't move? Oh, alright. Oh boy. Long before the first humans stood upright and took their place in the world, there was a beautiful land that was ruled by what many would come to call the Fae. Yes, it actually does it! That's so awesome! These ancient beings were worshipped by mankind, but they were also feared. Humans were right to be afraid, for there were many different creatures that lived in the darkness, watching us, waiting. Hello? Hey, come on now. These ancient beings were worshipped by mankind, but they were also feared, watching us, waiting. Am I pronouncing something wrong here? Why am I not progressing? Come on. Humans were right. Hey! I thought it was just my country accent throwing it off. Humans were right to be afraid, for there were many different creatures that lived in the darkness, watching us, waiting. Most were harmless enough, amusing themselves by causing mischief and playing pranks on humans that crossed their paths. What was that? Yo, hey? Hello? I already feel like I'm playing Boogeyman with how this room is set up. Why? Honestly, I would rather be in the complete darkness than have a creepy lamp or creepy stars on the freaking ceiling. I need to turn this fan up, it's getting a little hot. Alright, back to the story, I'm getting distracted. Some have more sinister intentions. The Urkeling, for example, have developed liking for the taste of human children. These monsters are small, unnaturally fast, and impossible to kill. Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm just gonna admit it. Absolutely genius so far. I am enjoying this game. It was an unlucky tragedy for my people that we decided to build our village here, right in the middle of the Urking's territory. We have lost so many of our children over the past year. There aren't even enough tears in this world to weep for their loss. Now we flip the page. Thankfully though, my grandmother taught me well in the ways of my droid ancestors. I may not be able to kill the little beast, but I was able to work out a spell that binds them to this book. Your dang grandmother worked so hard to bind him to this book, and by reading this trash here, which has pretty good handwriting, I'm not gonna lie. We are releasing these beasts into this creepy room, boy. This can only be bad news, I'm telling you. I can only hide it and pray that it never falls into the hands of a child. God, I'm 22 years old. I'm not a child, so we're in pretty good hands. If you are reading this, know that I'm truly sorry for the demons that have now been passed on to you. Opening the book will have awakened them, and I'm sure they will be ravenously hungry. Oh boy. And I'm sure they will be ravenously hungry. Ravenously. I know how to pronounce ravenously, like ravenous wolves, ravenously hungry. Thank you! Once the book is open, you must read it out loud from the beginning to the end in order to return them to their magical prison. Be watchful. They only attack if you don't see them coming. Most importantly, once you finish this book, keep it hidden so that no one ever opens it again. Oh my god, so now it all relies...
WIGSFM 98.7 Game Talk.
I gotta listen to this trash?
Hello, darkness. My name is Nick Gloom.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
As you know, we answer game questions and talk tips and tricks. Well, Nate usually does.
How does this guy have a job?
I don't really play most of those games.
Mate, please.
Anyway, let's get to the phones. First caller, you're on the air.
Alright.
Hi, Nick. I'm wondering, how do I beat the final boss in Terminator Destruction?
How would I know that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm stuck
Moron.
here working for crap money. I still can't afford to buy new Atari games.
Quit! Quit, boy!
And I'm working on my own homebrew game.
So what?
The pending title is Evil Midnight, where I'm not sure what you're going to have to do yet, but I think it's going to be a horror game, and it's going to be at nighttime, and it's going to be evil.
That's the game developer talking,
Basically,
right?
you would do something all night, and then you would win. It's kind of like working here.
Is this some kind of life lesson?
Are we
I
going to
just
be able to
wanna
call
play
him
Terminator.
and ask questions?
Here's the thing.
Thank you. I think it's about time to cut him off. Alright, since I already read this book, can I read it again and just send all the spirits back? What am I supposed to even do? That's one question I can ask the guy. What am I doing awake in my bed at night? What am I supposed to do? I just read this book that my great-grandmother, or not great-grandmother, she was a great-grandmother, but she wasn't a great-grandmother. She was a good grandmother. Busted her butt to put these demons inside of this book, and me like a freaking moron opens it again. Chapter 1. Little Maggie, a brain, was the first... Ah! Boy, back up. Back up. He opened the door. It's too late. It's too late, and I want to apologize for it, but it's too late to do that too. The children had been playing in Hogan's Forest when they heard a noise. Sensing no danger because there were so many of them, 12 children in all decided to investigate the source, the strange sound. As they all searched high and low, they soon realized that Maggie was missing. Frantically, they began searching for their friend. She was a small girl who loved to play hide and seek. Her big brother Colin insisted that she was probably hiding somewhere, safe and giggling to herself as she watched everyone search for her. The sun sank low in the sky and the forest grew dark. The children, frustrated and panicked, ran back to the village to alert their parents that a little Maggie was nowhere to be found. The children, frustrated and panicked. That's when everyone lit torches and spread out through the woods, calling her name. The little girl's mother sobbed desperately as we all inspected every corner of those woods in hopes of finding her. Her brother kept searching, tears streaming down his cheeks. "I'm her big brother," he said, rubbing his eyes. "I'm supposed to make sure nothing happens to her." "It's not your fault, Colin," I assured him. We'll find her soon, and she'll be no worse for the wear." Help me! Game over. Oh my god, that was like the tiniest monster I've ever seen. You interrupt the dang story, man. Thanks a lot. Her brother kept searching, tears streaming down his cheek. Thank you. Thank you. "We'll find her soon, and she shall be no worse for the wear." He nodded, forced a smile, and we all continued looking. The moment I heard him scream, I knew he had found her. Come on, you little rascal! I gotta read that all over again, boy. Come on, mate. The sun sank low in the sky as the forest grew dark. The children, frustrated and panicked, ran back to the village to alert their parents that little Maggie was nowhere to be found. That's when oh! God! Oh my God, bro, please, 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 please let me read this story. Big brother Colin and she was a small girl who loved playing hide and seek. All right, you little joker, come out. Or rather, what was left of her, which wasn't much. We were sure it was Maggie because... Oh! Close. Way too close, man. You better step back. He's up underneath the bed. That's probably the noise I heard. We were sure it was Maggie because she had worn her favorite hair bow that day. Her father plucked the pink ribbon from the body and fell to his knees, wailing into darkness. Poor Colin tried to tell us then. He said that she had been covered in what he described as little green men. Little green men. That's what we're looking at. This little monster. It's not a Sesame Street character, although he kind of does look like one. He's bad. He's a very bad guy. They were fat and green, he stammered, with bright glowing eyes. They were biting off bits of skin and flesh. Okay. I definitely heard something there. Alright guys, this is nuts. I'm finally understanding this game. Finally! No one believed the lad. All attributed the horrible ordeal to a hungry wild animal. I feel like it's gonna take me ages just to finish this book because I'm having to look up every few seconds. Man, this child has ad really bad. Of course, what else could it possibly be? Scooping up what remained of little Maggie, the townsfolk set to work preparing for her funeral. We had no idea the horrors that lay ahead. I thought to myself, how strange her wounds look. Ooh! You know what? You freaking know what? Alright. Explain that to me, though. I see you. Alright, I think I understand. The reason why we got jump scared last time is because this little crosshair on the screen wasn't exactly pointing at him. That's the only explanation I have. I couldn't help but think back to what Colin had said about the little green men. It made me think of the stories my grandmother used to tell me. She said that our druid ancestors spoke with tiny creatures that lived long ago in the swamps, marshes surrounding our lands. The Earthlings, she called them. I see you, Earthling! Okay, it sounds like I'm saying Earthling. You know, it kind of looks like an Earthling a little bit. There were 3 tribes, each being their own breed of evil. What was that? One tribe, I recall, said were green and fat. They would lure children away from safety and feast on their flesh. Next. Oh. We didn't live near any swamps. Surely the boy's mind was playing tricks on him. Besides, the Earthlings weren't real. They couldn't be. Alright, we're good. What's next? My fans just randomly... Wow, that's alright. I was getting hot anyway. Thanks. So we finished chapter 1. Oh my god, this is awesome. This is freaking awesome. I think I'm finally catching on to how this game works. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. Everyone did their best to comfort the grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assured it was because he blamed himself. After his sister's been laid to rest, I came to him to ask him how he was doing. He looked up at me, eyes red from either crying, lack of sleep, or a combination of the two, and said, I really saw them, the little green monsters. My heart ached as I put my arms around the boy. What was that? That was a different noise from what I'm used to hearing. I kept telling myself that seeing his little sister in pieces couldn't have been easy for him. He was just in Okay, what's happening in my body every time that happens? The stories of the Earthlings were only told to scare children into doing what they were told. That was all. The first thing my grandmother told me about the Earthlings was that there were 3 tribes. The green ones had round bellies and piercing blue eyes. She said they could be heard if you walked deep into the swamp at night. Oh! What was that? What was that? What is that? Okay, I'll take it. Back to reading. They would laugh and sing as they danced around their tiny campfires, which would appear only as tiny flickering lights through the trees. They were at least lethal of the 3 tribes, but every bit as evil. The red ones were more temperamental and even faster than the green cousins. They didn't sing or dance around campfires. Their celebrations were a bit more gruesome. They prefer to eat children from the inside out. What is going on? They prefer to eat children from the inside out. Come on now! They prefer to eat children from the inside out. Thank you! Oh! I knew you were underneath the bed, sucker! It was even thought by some that they were only red because they were stained by the blood of their victims. Fiery red bristles like hair sprouted from the tops of their heads, and their glowing eyes seemed cold and calculating. Okay. The pale Earthlings in another class altogether. They had what? The pale Earthlings? Are you kidding me? They get more dangerous than this little fat joker? They had a white skin and wild, untamed blue hair that fouled out of every direction. The most unsettling thing about them was that they had no eyes at all, yet somehow they were the most keen and efficient killers of the three. Grandmother said that their long, wiry hair could somehow sense the presence and locations of children. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Oh my god. Alright. There were some things that all tribes had in common. Earthlings preferred to eat after midnight and would only attack if the child didn't make direct eye contact with them. I reassured myself that the O'Brien girl had being attacked barely after sunset meant that she had to have been the victim of a wild animal attack. A few of the men in the village came together to hunt down the beast that killed the girl. Alright, it's making me nervous, dude. They came back 2 days later, carrying the carcass of a large wolf. The whole village... That was different. That was a different sound than what I'm used to hearing. The whole village breathed a sigh of relief and being celebrated was held. Alright, that wasn't totally accurate, but I'm just scared, okay? That's why I'm messing up. Only one besides myself that remained anxious was Colin. Looking at his face that night, I knew that he believed the creature that killed Maggie were still out there waiting. He was right. Thank you! Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, thank you, chapter 3! You're just gonna turn on the radio after that?
Hello, darkness.
My old friend. Pretty sure every other YouTuber made that meme. I don't blame you, dude, for my soon-to-come troubles. After seeing that little gremlin and reading and understanding the story and it being a real story, obviously, I'm just gonna go turn the radio on and sit right in front of it. Alright. The next day, Maggie's mother visited her daughter's grave, discovering something that was more than a little strange. The earth on the grave was disturbed as if something had clawed its way out. I couldn't... Bro, you better step back. I couldn't help but remember what grandmother had said about the red Earthlings. They would burrow inside of their victims and eat their way out. Could it be... Alright. Oh, that was another one! Another one? Alright, these guys are getting a little... Oh! And another one!
Another one.
Alright, DJ Khaled, you better get out of here. This is gonna be very, very difficult. That's all I'm gonna say. And we haven't even seen a white one yet. Could it be that we brought a whole tribe of them right into the village without even knowing it? The answer would come soon enough. Obviously, a wild animal hadn't attacked him inside of his own house. Another devastated family had another funeral soon after the Maggie didn't sit well with anyone. The atmosphere became even more tense and uncomfortable. I insisted on inspecting Jacob's remains myself, but just to reassure myself that there was nothing hiding inside. Colin approached me afterwards asking what I was looking for. I told him it was nothing, but he knew better. Absolutely. Alright, I don't see anything yet. No gremlins. You believe me about the monsters, don't you? His young face was determined as he spoke. You're the only one that doesn't look at me like I'm crazy. I swallowed hard, started to deny it, but the words caught in my throat and much as I tried. I couldn't lie. Listen, I put my hands on his shoulders. I don't think you're crazy. What is that? There he is. You see, it's hard to see him at first. I don't think you're crazy, but we need to be sure of what we're dealing with before we spark a full-blown panic. Tell me exactly what happened. Colin took... Oh! Boy! Oh, okay. We gotta get rid of him. There's another one. I knew there would be 3. Only 3, right? Colin took a deep breath, working up his nerve. It was so dark. It was so dark, but I had a good torch. I called her name over and over. She didn't answer. Then I heard something. It sounded like chewing. It sounded like chewing. I took a few more There you are. Okay. The green one's okay. The green one don't come in 3s. I took a few more steps and saw her laying there. Something's in the bathroom and he's blowing it up. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. All over her were these green little monsters. They had mouthfuls of pointy teeth that looked like needles and massive clawed hands. Just then, a twig snapped under my foot and they all stopped what they were doing and looked right at me. That's when I searched and they scattered. Dude, this is wild. They were gone before any of the grown-ups got to me. His eyes filled with tears at the memory. Please tell me what they are. He was no more than 11 or 12, having just lost his sister and now his friend. No one had Oh. What was that, dude? That came from the hallway or what? No one had believed him when he tried to tell us before. It couldn't have been easy, but he opened up to me. I felt it only right that I tell him what I knew. It couldn't have been easy, but he opened up to me. I felt it only right I tell him what I knew. Alright. What's that? Oh, there you are. There you are. Oh, okay! Oh, gosh. I thought my mouse was right on him. I mean, you can't see him right at first, dude. It felt only right that I tell him what I knew. Oh! What am I gonna do? Oh my god! Where's the other one? Where's the other one? No, I think that was all. Right? Oh my god, they all appeared at the same time and I didn't know what to do. And then I had that weird seizure thing. We sat together by the bonfire late into the night and I told him all the old stories. Unfortunately, the only thing that my grandmother hadn't mentioned is how to get rid of them. Looking into the flames, I got an idea. I knew that most unholy creatures were repelled by fire. That's right. Well, Colin folded his arms. We will just have to test what happens to an Urkling when it's on fire. These kids are bad, but that was it! Yes! And now, why are we looking at this little weird rocket launcher lamp? Rocket launcher. Alright, is this the final chapter or what, brother? Colin wanted to tell his friends about the Urklings, but I begged him to keep it a secret. If anyone knew that my grandmother had passed down her druidic teachings, it would only take one person to scream witch, and I would be as good as dead. That's true. Alright, bro. Well, you better go away. He agreed and kept my secret. I mixed a potion that would catch fire when touched by the tiniest flame. Surely this was sent. Oh! Okay. Oh! Be right back. Oh my god, that was crazy. Surely this would send it screaming into the underworld. Okay. He sat quietly in his bed and waited, knowing that he mustn't look at them in the eye. Just after the stroke of midnight, he began to hear them chuckling and shuffling around in the dark. Clutching the potion bottle, hands trembling, he lowered his gaze and braced himself. Sure enough, one of them leaped into the bookshelf and sank its teeth into the flesh of its arm. Bruh, stop panicking, you're alright, you're okay. He screamed and unstopped the bottle, emptying the contents over the green Urkling. It tore a tiny round chunk of his arm, gulped it down just as Collins shoved a candle right into his face. It lit up like a torch and made a horrific high-pitched scream as it ran around the room, trying to put itself out. The curtains caught... Oh my god, that was nuts! I could barely even see him because of this panic crap. So I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm thinking we're getting toward the end of this story here because it's telling us how to get rid of them. So we're gonna have to put our house on fire. I don't know how we're gonna explain this to our parents, but that's gonna be the case right there. The curtains caught fire as 4 more Urklings sprewed out from their hiding places. Colin ran outside, screaming and cradling his blood-soaked arm. His parents soon joined him outside in a panic, trying to figure out what happened. Just then, a tiny fireball came racing through the doorway and zigzagged toward the woods. I grabbed my... Alright, had to investigate real quick. I grabbed an empty glass jar from my cupboard and ran after it. The jar made a thunk sound as it landed over the flaming Urkling and fire quickly went out. I dropped another pill bottle. To my horror, the thing wasn't dead. It didn't even look like it was dying. Though blackened from being set ablaze, it was just as spunky as ever. Yes, so no! Oh! I was getting so close to the end of that chapter, so apparently I don't think fire works on these guys. Just then, a tiny fireball came racing through the doorway and zigzagged toward the woods. I grabbed an Alright, I'm done. I'm totally done. Dang it! I totally want to finish the story, but it's just gonna have to wait another time. Guys, you already know what to do if you want to see more of this. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see a part 2 and see me complete this story. I really do enjoy the content of this game. I'm really loving the idea of being able to read the story yourself and have to also worry about other monsters getting you. I said that really weird. You gotta worry about other monsters getting you, so you're having to kind of be chopped up here and there and kind of stop mid-sentence. The only annoying thing I'd say is when it doesn't, you say the exact thing, spot on, and yet for some reason it still doesn't pick up that you read the sentence. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. But other than that, I'm really liking this. It's a really good concept. And the story is creepy as crap, I'm just gonna be honest. So guys, if you want to check the game out yourself, the link as always is going to be in the description below. Please make sure to support the game developer. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to support your boy MrStrongBro. Watch the whole thing all the way through. Which if you made it to this part of the video, I'm pretty sure you watched it all the way through. And rank that like button for your homeboy. Subscribe Corner the Strongest. Make sure to click that bell while you are at it so you'll get notified every time I upload a video. And of course guys, I will see you whenever I see you, so see ya. Woo!